All right, I'm gonna try to do a quick walkthrough of everything on my project of converting this electric 36 volt easy go into a gas powered Predator 420 Hemi electric start. So basically, as you can see, I took everything off the top of the engine, mounted the gas tank on the side as low as I could possibly get it and still be able to get gas to the carburetor. It just about sucks all the gas out. There's maybe, I'd say, about a quarter of an inch of gas on the bottom, so it's working pretty good. I just remounted it. Just made a little mount right here on the side of it. All right, I have a custom choke cable. I drilled this little hole and ran a cable all the way up to the dash right here. I got to put another sticker on that. But anyway, then we have, of course, I relocated the starter, control electronics or electrics up here on the dash. It's wire tied for now. It might be good. I might leave that permanent, but be sure. And if you're going to relocate that, make sure you have a ground going to your frame, because it will not kill the engine if it is not grounded. So I've seen some people struggle with that before, but I almost did. I almost forgot myself. So anyway, be sure and do that if you're going to relocate that, because it's not going to be bolted directly to the engine for your ground to kill it. Okay, so with that, I guess the next step I'll talk about is the forward reverse gearbox. As you can see, I did not use a backing plate. I just made an adjustable motor mount to get the right slack here, and that took some doing, but I finally got it right. With the current belt I'm using, I think this comes out from center to center exactly 11 inches with the particular belt I'm using. And in case anyone's interested, that's the belt I'm using for this Series 40 CVT. Also, another thing that I've done that I hadn't seen anyone else do is I did not use the standard jack shaft everyone uses on these for the forward reverse gearbox. I mounted this pulley directly to the forward reverse gearbox by putting a bushing in this on the shaft. I mounted this straight to the forward reverse gearbox. That way I'm only dealing with one chain directly to the rear end. I only have one chain to maintain. With the way everyone else was doing it, you had to maintain two chains and keep them all adjusted just right and all that, and it looked like a big headache to me. So anyway, then this is getting into a lot of detail, but anyway, I pressed the shaft out of the stator on the motor using a press. I machined it down to 3/4 inch. Looking back, I may have not went that small. I might have went up a size. And for standard size, to accept standard size sprockets, I have a couple of bushings there. I got a pillar block bearing, or whatever you want to call that. Some people call them different things. And as you can see, everything's mounted to this mount right here to the rear end. The engine has to be moving with the rear end for this not to be moving. When you hit holes and for the chassis, when the chassis is flexing and all that. So I'll just show you that, like, the whole thing, the whole motor moves with the rear end. Okay. I have it on there just right to where it does not come up and hit the seat. And everything seems to be working pretty good. You can get these intakes off wherever, for Amazon, eBay, or And I did have to go find a piece of hose that was very expensive. It ended up being a radiator hose at the Napa store, and it was an ungodly amount just to buy one with this bend in it a little bit. So hopefully you guys can find something cheaper. But I had to get it off of this. Had to get it off of this spring. So then I still have fenders to put right here to keep the water and stuff from splashing right up into the intake. There's a plastic fender that comes stock on these Easy Goes. What am I leaving off? Oh, I did the custom exhaust, so I mean it's a little boogered up with welds because I had to cut them and extend and all that when I was experimenting with the pulleys. So I put an exhaust on here to where you loosen these bolts up, and it can move in and out inside the frame when you have to adjust the engine forward and backwards for the pulley and so forth. So got just a regular deep cycle 12-volt battery on there, small one. It's working fine. Everything seems to be doing good. I've been test driving the Drivetrain. My one big concern was, will this forward reverse gearbox hold all the power from this Predator motor, this big 13 horsepower motor? And so far it's done really good. I mean, I can climb a hill, I mean, almost straight up. It does really good. The engine has a lot of torque. I will tell you this, here's a tidbit of information that I wish someone would have told me. Do not follow the instructions on an amount of oil, them forward reverse gearboxes. The little instructions that they come with, they tell you how many fluid ounces. I assume it's supposed to have, but if you follow the instructions, it will fill it all the way up and overfill it and blow your seal out. And to blow the seal out of that, you know, the output shaft by the sprocket. So after overfilling it, I had to pull oil out and deal with that seal and all that. So don't overfill that forward reverse gearbox, you will blow the seal. And that's about it, I guess. I mean, I can do a demonstration of cranking it. Of course, this is backwards, where you push in to choke. And so you push the knob in, and that's choke. And then whenever it cranks, then you pull it for unchoke to run. That's choke, unchoke. And this little bracket that holds this on, holds this choke from just sliding up, this choke linkage or lever from sliding up. It comes with this kit. It's I had to do a little custom work on that too. You get one, you'll see what I'm talking about. I had to drill some stuff out on it and all that, but if you're handy with tools and doing projects, sure you can handle it. So anyway, so she's choked. I push in. I'm going to start. That's my electric to gas conversion. Now now that I've tested everything and probably put 2 tanks of gas through it, and everything's doing good, holding up. So I'm gonna start putting all the plastic back on and covers and maybe the top. I got some new tires for it. You can buy these tires really cheap, $15 for the brand new tires and rims from places that are doing customized golf carts. They're putting the big monster tires. I'm just going to keep mine stock and go the cheap route. They're easier to get on and off too, so with when they're not lifted. But so far so good.